Good day everyone, Gion from Scarlet Squadron Hobbies here, and today we're going to look at an entirely new game, to me at least, Dice Thrones Season 1. We're going to get a little bit of what's inside the box, and we're going to take a little look at how the game plays, and you're going to get a little bit of my impressions of the overall experience. This review wouldn't be possible without the fine folks at Positivity Coffee House, Trinidad and Tobago's only anime and alternative gaming coffee house. It is a wonderful place with wonderful staff, very open and relaxing, so you can just come in, have a seat, drink a coffee, and play some games. Great place to read a book or just relax. Positivity Coffee House. Google Maps location in the description below. Alright, so without any further ado, let's get into the Season 1 unboxing, a quick how to play, and my impressions. Okay, so this is what the box looks like when it arrives at your door. Dice Throne Season 1 by Nate Chatelier and Manny Tremblay. Alright, and published by Roxley. See if it can focus. There we go. Alright, you can see that it gives you access to 6 heroes right off the bat. It's very nice. Very colorful. On the side, we get some character art. Some kind of nice looking guy there. On the other side, character art. On the back, looks like some game mechanics. You can pause here if you'd like to see it for yourself. Holding for pause. 1v1, 2v2. Alright. And now let's open this bad boy up. Alright, just give me a second. Here, let's do. Alright, so we have the rule book here. It says version 1.1. Right, I believe there's a digital copy online somewhere with the updated rules and facts. I'll put a link in the description below. Alright, if we open it up, we can see heroes, we can see the components. It's all very colorful. Alright, very thin booklet. Oh, there's a little comic here. It's like, wow. What about blind ideas? No. What's in the shadow? No. And we have rules, leaflets, things, general glossary of terms, super useful. Right, very thin, very simple though. Right, next we have the hero boards. Right, so these show what abilities that your heroes are able or capable of doing. Right. You'll notice on each ability they have a little combination here, like 3 swords, 2 helmets. You have to roll the dice in order to get those combinations, right? So you'll see that later on, right? So you even have ultimates. So you gotta roll for your ultimate ability.
My ultimate is ready.
Right, so each one gets their own hero board. So we have the Pyromancer, a lot of fire themed things. Shadow Thief, being a bit sneaky. Right. Barbarian, my personal favorite, very straightforward, blunt attacks. Moon Elf, I've fought against you. And the monk, right? So they also each, and at the back, each of them have this wonderful bit of character art. Right, very nice. Next we have the hero's status sheets, right? So you may have noticed that some attacks have status effects that can be applied to either the hero or the enemies. So this keeps a list and track of each of them. Right, you can also see each hero's die on the side. It's also unique with unique symbols. That's also a very nice touch. Right, so that was the Paladin, and each one sheet is unique. So you have the Pyromancer, and they have a lot of burn fire themed things, you know, very thematic. Right, then we got the Monk. Right, got the Shadow Thief. Can't be a fantasy thief without poison. got the barbarian, 2 things, because he can only probably count up to 2. And yeah, that's it. And now we move on to the actual main physical components of the game that you'll be interacting with. Right, so all neatly packaged. Right, so as I said, everything is neatly packaged together. Right, you can see the 5 unique die that is assigned to each hero. Right, each has special symbols on each side. Right, so as I said, they're unique. So if you look at the barbarian's die, they're covered with swords, you know, and a couple hearts. See on the side there. And if we take back a look at the Moon Elf, there's the Moon Elf's die. You could see stuff like feet and bow and arrow, and they each mean something to the character in question. Alright, let's zoom a little bit there. Alrighty. So, next up we have what we call the combat point style, which allows you to keep track of the points that you accumulate in the game in order that you spend on to play certain cards, you know. It's like magic cards. It's good. One of my favorite little instruments here is the damage counter. I like it. It's a nifty little solution for the game. Right, so you just have these twin discs in this rectangular cardboard piece here, and you just roll it, you know, keep track. I'm at 38 health now, and oops, I just took damage. Now I'm down to a whopping 27. Right? As I said, the game likes giving you things just laid out for you, so they give you a turn order card, keep track of your turns, and you can see explanations for each. It keeps things really simple for beginners, all the different phases. Right? Very much love that about this game. And last but certainly not least, the actual cards in question. So these are the cards that you'll spend your CP points to play. So as you can see, this guy's like 2 CP points on top there. Right, this boosts an attack. You have straight up magic cards, you have these kind of quick action cards, etc. You just, and every time you spend, you just turn the dial. Oops, I spent 2 CP points, went down to 3. Right, then I could play that card, you know, that Eclipse 2. Right, it's, like I say, it's a very nice little system. Last but certainly not least, the status effect tokens. There we go. So these guys, again, for the status effects that you've seen before, that your attacks may or may not do, either to you or your opponent, you just slap those on. Alright, let's look at an actual average round of Dice Throne. So, you got your hand, right, from previous rounds. Accumulated stuff, you have your CP points for each card to play. So the first thing you do on a round is draw a card, and put that in the hand right there, and gain 1 CP point to spend on those cards later. Right, super important. Tracker keeps track of that. Then let's see, you can choose to play some cards, right? So I'm going to spend some CP points to upgrade my Smack 1 to a Smack 3. So the combinations are the same, but I get more damage, you know. So I really like that about the game, you know. It lets you just boost your attack. You can also sell off cards that you don't want for CP points, etc, etc. So deducted my CP points from my counter there, and now yes, we actually roll the dice. The important part of Dice Throne. Yeah, let's do this. Right, so I get to roll 3 times in order to try and get the combination that I want out of all of my attacks. Let's pretend I got 3 swords out of my roll. That's what I decided to keep. So that lets me do the first one on Smack 3, which is deal 6 damage. Right, my opponent then rolls for defense. Alright, so he checks what he gets, you know, does some sort of defensive ability and tries to mitigate the damage. So I, however, can play a card So I'm gonna spend 1 CP point there, so I'm down to 0, in order to make him re-roll a die. Alright, so there you go. And bam, I force them to re-roll a card, and hopefully they get something less good. Alright, and they don't get to mitigate my damage. So that's pretty much it. I do a next main phase, I gain another CP point, I may sell off a card to gain even extra CP, and then I pass my turn on to my opponent. And then they do something similar on their end. So, like I said, very quick back and forth. Now, all that being said, you know, it might seem simplistic, but the cards add a lot to the game. Trying to get combinations add a lot to the game. There's decision making that has to happen. It's like, am I going to keep those combinations in order to try and get like a fortitude, or am I going to try and attack harder with an overpower and try and roll for that? Am I going to save cards in order to try and to re-roll or to keep cards, you know? All that sort of stuff. So it's dice rolling, right? There's a lot of luck to it, but it doesn't quite feel that way, right? The presentation again is top notch. I love all these little components here. The damage counter is one of my little favorite things. It's so simple, right? And it's just elegant in its execution, you know? And it feels nice. Everything feels good in your hand. Right, all the different pieces, right? And like I said, again, you have this whole deck of cards that, you know, you can use. Am I gonna upgrade this, or am I gonna upgrade my reckless? I'm gonna stop you and, you know, make you re-roll a die, right? You know, there's like what I call the Yugi feeling, where you just get these cards and you're just layering them down one after the other, and then on top of that you point the dice and, you know, you just roll it, and it's like, am I feeling lucky? Am I lucky? Probably not, but I can re-roll things. So all of this comes together in a wonderful package. So at the end of the day, did I have fun? Yes. Will I definitely be checking out Season 2? Most definitely, yes. Right, I haven't even finished all the heroes in Season 1, and I had a blast. So, all in all, this has been a great game. I highly recommend it. It's a nice introductory level thing, easy to grasp mechanics, but like I said before, there is a surprising bit of depth that you can find underneath the surface. So, Dice Throne, Season 1, highly recommended. Play it with your friends, you know, you get all the pieces that you need, and you can do a bunch of variations like 1v1, 2v2, etc. So you'll have a blast with Season 1 alone for a good time to come, and then Season 2, I hear, is even better. So again, Dice Throne, highly recommended. And finally, one more shout out to Positivity Coffee House. Thank you again for hosting me and providing me with the opportunity to play such an amazing game. Alright, I look forward to coming back and having a coffee and playing games with you in the future. Alright, everyone, this has been Gion Bell from Skull Squadron Hobbies, and take care of yourself. Be good, be safe, have some fun. Take care.